I've been playing RuneScape for something like the last 20 years. It's always been something I like to do to unwind, relax, or just kill some time. But now, I'm looking for a challenge. So come with me while we leave the mainland behind and set up shop on the continent of Zeah. The next quest looks like it's going to be Death on the Isle. How does access to a rather fancy party sound as a motivator? So whose party are we going to? Sometimes a man has to follow his heart. And a secondhand invitation saying there's a party at Villa Lucens tonight. He even has his own theater atop the cliffs behind the villa. In fact, the whole reason for this party is because he's showing his new play. As for your part in all of this, I happen to need a butler to help me fit in. Steal the uniform. I'm going to wait till he's not looking and leave. Butlers must keep their uniforms and masks on at all times. If you're seen without yours, you'll be ejected from the party. All staff are to be as anonymous as possible tonight, so we're to provide you with a mask on entry. Certainly seems to be quite the event. Looks like we've gained a bit of a straggler. It's that slightly pompous fellow that hasn't introduced himself to anyone yet. The fact that he's here means he must have gained an invitation, though I don't know how. I, Constantinimus, am in the market for a new actor to sponsor. For example, I've sponsored tonight's lead actor, Livius, for some time, though he's almost too expensive for me these days. I saw you make your way around the party, so then, who's who? So we've got Pavo, the drunk over there. I'm not sure there's much to them other than their love of drinking. Zokatla, who seems to be more relaxed, seems like she runs a shipping business. Last, we have Koziak. He's quite up on the rules of this party, so he might not be happy that you weren't properly invited. I have an invitation, and I can act like I belong here. You'll never know. You might not know, but our host does. Apparently, he's actually looking for a new actor to sponsor. Could you be a dear and go to the wine cellar for me? I've heard there's some Principum Red down there. Oh, you're suddenly startled by the sound of a glass shattering in another part of the cellar, causing you to spill some of the wine on yourself. There's never anything in any chest in RuneScape that isn't quest-related. So disappointing. Well, this doesn't look great for us, does it? Is everything okay? Hello? Dude, what do you think? Like, he's clearly not moving. Have you had too much to drink? You there, don't move. What the? Yeah, this is sketchy. You're coming with us. Yeah, this looks really bad, I know. I swear it wasn't us. It's always the butler, isn't it? Now, Stratius. We don't know for sure that they did it. It looks likely, though. Did what exactly? Murder. Stratius. It was my turn to level the accusation at a suspect. I'm still here, in case y'all forgot. So, murder. Interesting choice at a party full of wealthy people, wouldn't you say? Poor Livius. Oh, that was Livius, the actor. He wasn't acting this time. But I didn't kill anyone, so... But you just happened to be found standing in a closed room with a dead body. With bloodstains on your clothes, no less. Bloodstains? The red stains on your uniform. The victim's blood, I'm sure of it. You found me in a wine cellar. You won't even consider that it might be wine? It's valid. Suppose I could try tasting it. Yeah, that's a weird... Why? Why is that the first thing that you thought of? Stratius, what if it's blood? Well, then it won't taste like wine, now will it? You make a good point. I'm just gonna go. Oh, no, you won't. You're gonna wait right there and answer some questions. Would you believe me if I said I didn't do it? We'll consider it. But first, questions. Why were you down in the cellar? I was looking for a wine. Principum Red? Patsy sent me to get some for him to have a drink. I just happened to hear a commotion and thought somebody might be hurt. So you were just trying to help? Exactly. Honestly, I'm sold. That was easy. Stratius. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm afraid we can't just let you go, not without an investigation. Not to mention, given our whole job here was to stop anything bad from happening at this party, we're not really doing so well right now. We'll look even more ineffective if we don't have a suspect. Could be a career ender, really. Okay, well, much like I didn't kill that man, I suppose I don't want to hurt your careers. Maybe I could catch the killer. Do you have any relevant qualifications? No, not a one. Not in this lifetime, at least. Wait, are we meant to have... After all, training to be a butler must have taken a long time. But I'm not even a butler. I got hired to act like one. Right, now I have to put murder back on the table. Who are you? Why would you say that? Literally, the most suspicious thing that my guy could say is I'm not actually a butler. Someone hired me to pretend to be one. That's questionable. Right now I have to put the murder back on the table. Who are you? I'm just Zeah Locked. I got hired by Patsy to be a butler for the evening, alongside a lady called Adela. I forgot about her, and I have not seen her since we got here. I wasn't looking for her, but she did have a rather large bag. Huh. Adela. Do we know an Adela? Yes, I believe she's accounted for. She came in shortly after we arrested you. Your friend Patsy mentioned she'd been sorting out some of his costumes. You mean she was only accounted for after the murder took place? Why do I get the feeling that we're not doing a good job of actually investigating this? It isn't just you. Again, maybe I could be an extra pair of hands here. To have a potential suspect investigate the murder, it wouldn't be orthodox, but it might work. I'm not sure I like the implication that we can't solve it ourselves. I agree, but we're not actually very qualified for this. We normally just guard drunk people, not solve murders. If you promise not to leave, can you help us work out what happened here? I promise not to flee the scene, I guess. Perfect. Shall we get to the investigation then? Where should I start? The victim was Livius, the lead actor in tonight's play. His body is still down in the cellar, so you should probably go and inspect it, along with the rest of the crime scene. No doubt you also want to question everyone. We'll keep them busy for you until you're ready. We'll also give you a case file to track your notes. Alright, sounds like a plan. In any case, let's check out the cellar first. We've got a jug here. I wonder why this jug's been tucked away in the corner. Was someone trying to hide it? Interesting, interesting. Is that the red wine that we needed before? A small box. I don't recall seeing that there before, but maybe it was. Appears to be a box full of blank wine labels. I suppose they like to keep things well organized. Didn't we say that the antique wine was... the label was messed up or something? Why would Constantinius keep a broken stool around? Unless it was only just broken. Suspicious indeed. Broken seats. Everybody knows that murderers use broken chairs for everything. It's only half full. Someone must have been drinking from it. I mean, this is a wine cellar, so that's not that strange. Broken pottery. We did hear a crash. Seems like someone dropped this. I wonder if there was a fight. And last but not least, so what's got you then? A few cuts and scrapes, no stab wound. Poison, perhaps? Is this a secret room back here that I shouldn't be able to see yet necessarily because my character is, like, omnipotent? I don't know. It seems like it's a secret room. But there is a staircase there. Maybe it just comes down from the main house. Oh, no. It goes down from the stage, perhaps? Constantinius! What do you got? Oh, poor Livius. Where am I to find another actor of his caliber? Was he by any chance the one you mentioned earlier, the one who's starting to get too expensive for you? Aha, see? I knew it. I may have had some quibbles with how expensive his performances were, but he's always made me a profit. I can only hope his understudy is capable of filling in the gap that's going to be left. Livius always kept her in the shadows, though he did say that she was nearly ready for the leading role of her own. Interesting. So that just adds another suspect to this whole thing. You didn't happen to know Livius, did you? I'm familiar with his work, but not the man himself. He's been Constantinius' preferred actor for a few years now. Did he ever come and join the parties? I'm almost certain we didn't. The actors spend the entire party getting ready, and then I usually fall asleep by the end of the play. The plays are that good, are they? I'm an older man. I need a good early night to keep myself going. I'm partial to a puzzle, though, so solving this crime could keep me up all night. All right, well, I don't think it was him. I don't think it's any of these random people, to be honest. I think it's one of the actors or our people. You know, it's a surprisingly sobering moment when someone's murdered beneath your feet. We were once drinking fellows. The things I've seen him drink without even breaking a sweat. Did you drink with him today? I don't remember. Seems likely that I would have, though. He never liked to prepare for a performance without at least a small drink. Assuming you did, where would you have had a drink with him? Probably down in the cellar. It's always where he preferred to go. So you admit that you may well have been drinking down there with him today. Do you think something might have happened whilst you were drinking? I like to think that I would remember something so terrible happening in front of my eyes. And yet you can't actually remember if you've been drinking with him. That's a good point. In that case, I don't know. That's a little suspicious, but I still don't think it's any of these people. Quite an unfortunate turn of events. I'm not sure unfortunate so much as a tragedy, surely. Well, I believe the play was actually intended to be a comedy. I'm hopeful they have an understudy who can fill in for today. The play's still going ahead? Are we just going to ignore that a man was murdered? I'd rather not think about it. Okay, so Livius wasn't a customer of yours then. Would he have reasons to have been? Actors seem to have a lot of costumes to move around. Maybe a shipping magnate such as yourself would make good money off them. I'm afraid I can't help you there. Good tip about the actors, though. I'll have to visit the College of Bards next time I'm in Tempestus. Oh, Patsy. This is exciting, isn't it? No. No, this is not exciting. This is terrible, and I hate you for bringing me here. I got arrested for murder because you sent me into that cellar. Did you at least manage to find what I sent you down there for? The Principum Red? Of course. Constantinius has a nice large container of it. However, I'm not sure if that's the most... Ah, see, Attila, you were right. What self-respecting man would have a wine cellar without such a historic wine in it? It's a shame that we're locked up here. I'd love to try it. I came so close if it weren't for that actor. Are you blaming Livius for his own murder? Of course not. I'm just ruining a missed chance to try that wine. Dude, you're so annoying. I don't like you. I know that's the point of your character, but I really just don't like you. Think I found everything. What now? Do you think you could pin down a suspect? I'm not sure. Oddly enough, no one is admitting to having done it, and given they were all here together, I'm pretty sure they'd be each other's alibis. What if they hired someone to do it for them? Stratius, that's actually a good point. Maybe the butlers? You mean more of them might be fake, like you? Well, thanks to the masks and uniforms, they're all anonymous. It's also very hard to keep track of how many there are. Have we been keeping tabs on all the butlers? What if one escaped? The killer might already be in the wind. Both of you are missing that there's no window in which they could have left the cellar. Ah yes, we came down when we heard the commotion. They wouldn't have been able to get out before then. I could try stealing from the suspects. Perhaps one of them will be carrying something incriminating. You probably shouldn't mention that in front of us. Suppose we can always return things to them later. Hutza. I'll be subtle. Don't you worry, I have 50 thieving, and I only needed like 30 for this quest. Attila, what you got in your pockets? Some wine labels, huh? That's suspicious. I wonder what these are for. It's a set of labels for marking wine jugs. They look very similar to the ones on the jugs in Constantinius' cellar. I pull a threatening note. Ah. The letter's from Koziak to Livius. It describes an outstanding debt. Okay. I still don't think it's any of these people. A drinking flask. That's not surprising. Yeah, exactly. What's it got in it, though? Flask for holding alcohol. There's a small amount of liquid in the bottom, but you can't tell what it is. Okay, is that going to be that fancy wine from down there? A shipping contract. Ah, it's between her and Livius. It's for the shipping of an undescribed object. So she lied straight up about not having any contact. I've had a little look through some pockets. I think all the guests might be lying. Well, maybe not Pavo. They just had this old drinking flask. Zakatla and Koziak, on the other hand, both had things on them that revealed they had direct dealings with Livius. Here, have a look at what I found for yourselves. Interesting. What about these labels? Found them on Attila. She was the one who wasn't accounted for when the murder took place, right? That's right. She's the one that came here with Patsy, like Zeah Locked here. They were both uninvited. Perhaps one of them is responsible, or indeed both of them. It's possible, I suppose, but Patsy didn't seem capable of pulling this off. We could get them all together, put pressure on them with some accusations, and see who breaks. You think that'll work? Only one way to find out. I mean, it worked in the past. You know, we got that one guy killed by the twins when they got everybody together, and I guess that wasn't quite the same because we didn't accuse anybody. We just said you did it, and then they killed him. It's not the worst, though. I guess whatever happens, there's a good chance that some more of the truth will come out. All right, just let us know when you want everyone gathered. We'll take them upstairs for you. Let's do it, gentlemen. Perfect. Let's get upstairs. Constantinius. You knew Livius well, didn't you? I'd sponsored him for years, yes. How was that sponsorship working out for you? Well, I can't say I wasn't profiting from it, although I do admit that he'd become a little excessive with his spending in recent times. So you'd almost benefit from him being out of the way, letting you find someone new to sponsor. Thought has crossed my mind, but he was still profitable, and it's not like I couldn't just sponsor a second actor in addition to him anyway. No, I really didn't think it was him. Okay, so it's pretty obvious we're gonna find out because of the quest helper who it is. So I'm gonna predict. I could just turn it off, but I'm not going to. So what do we have? You lied about shipping stuff for him. He owed you money. You had a flask that didn't seem that crazy. The two guards, and then we have our guys here. She was missing. I think it was the understudy. I don't think it's any of these people. I think it was the understudy. They wanted the limelight, so they had him killed. You've never had any dealings with Livius, have you? Of course not. So he's never needed anything shipped by your company. Nothing needed to be moved swiftly and discreetly? Why would he? I'm sure he's got more than enough solutions for moving his costumes around. Stratius, the contract. presents the shipping contract. Care to explain this? That looks like a contract between myself and Livius. Good eye. Interesting how you yourself seem to not be aware of it, especially given that it was you who was carrying it. Alright, fine. Livius had recently contracted us to help him move some of his belongings around. He'd been doing well for himself and he was moving to a larger property. I needed him to sign off on a slight change in timelines, and given we were both here, I thought I may as well get it sorted. Why lie about it? No, it wasn't you. Koziak, did you not claim to have never interacted with Livius? I did, and I shall stand by that claim. Why are you the one making these accusations anyway? You were the one down there with him. Besides, you're just a butler. Stratius, the note. A note written by yourself for Livius. Seems you weren't very happy with him. How did you... So it seems you did know him. In fact, you had an issue with him, did you not? Not one I would have killed him over. He owed me some money, and it wasn't paying up. I just needed to put some pressure on him. An outstanding debt. Could be considered motive for a murder. Nah, it's the understudy. Pavel, you and Livius were drinking partners, weren't you? How heavily would you say you drank together? On occasion, a little too heavily. Who provided the drinks? We tend to bring our own, although I did sometimes let him have a little extra from my flask. Your flask, huh? Stratius, the flask. You mean this flask? Yes, that's the one. I must have misplaced it. No, actually, I took it out of your pocket with these little grubby hands of mine. Well, we're just going to gloss right over that. Don't worry about it. If you were letting Livius drink from your flask, it wouldn't have been hard for you to poison him, would it? But why would I poison a friend? That remains to be seen. Adela, what do you have to say for yourself in all this? Patsy, Adela, the two of you weren't even invited to this party. Nor were you. But being here presented a huge opportunity for an up-and-coming actor like Patsy. A huge opportunity indeed. You already knew that Constantinius was thinking about sponsoring a new actor. Perhaps you decided to speed things along by removing a competition. But why would I need to remove the competition if he was already open to sponsoring me anyway? That doesn't make any sense. Perhaps, and indeed it is true that you couldn't have been present at the time of the murder. You never left the party. In fact, you sent me down to the cellar for you, didn't you? So you're saying that you're actually more likely to be the guilty party yourself? Yeah, that's maybe not the best argument. Exactly. What? Sending me down there made me look guilty, a perfect way of drawing attention away from the true culprit. But that would be a terrible plan. You were here with us. Which leads me on to you, Adela. Patsy was accounted for when the murder took place, but you were not. Care to tell us what you were up to? I took Patsy's bag to the backstage area, spent some time chatting to the actors, and then made my way to the party. Ah, so she was talking to the actors, and then she found the secret room underneath the stage, perhaps? So you never entered the wine cellar? No, but you knew a lot about it, didn't you? Where are you going with all this? Stratius, the labels. Wine labels from Constantinius' cellar, found in your person. Care to explain? Just found them on the floor. It's bad manners not to pick up litter. What a convenient excuse. Interesting, it was Adela. Adela, I believe you were responsible for the murder of Livius. All the evidence is pointing at you. You were the only person missing at the time of the murder, and despite your claims, we have clear evidence that you were in the cellar. Alright, fine, I admit I was in the cellar. Wait, what is this? The Principum Red, you fool. I could retire on the value of that wine. All I had to do was get out of here with it. You used me. And I probably would have got away with it too if it wasn't for this precious butler turned into investigator you hired. Nice Scooby-Doo reference there. What happened, Adela? Did Livius interrupt your plan? Did he need to be silenced? Murder. What a ridiculous assertion. I may be a thief, but I'd never kill someone. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. I really don't think she did it. I think, oh, okay, we're fighting. Adela gets a health bar for like a boss battle. All right, that's fine. Oh, stop, you fool. Oh. Did my prayer running out just... Are you ready to confess now? My prayer running out stopped the dialogue. That's funny. I promise I didn't do it. I'm just a thief. I wasn't even strong enough to defeat you. How could I have killed Livius? That's valid. She may be telling the truth, but either way, we know she's a criminal now. Come with us, Adela. You can have fun contemplating your crimes from your new cell. Does this mean we can get on with tonight's play? Dude, we haven't figured out who did the murder. You don't even have a lead actor anymore. Yes, it is a bit of a last-minute issue, but I have no doubt Livius' understudy will be able to step up. But Adela might not have even been the killer. Well, you've been doing a wonderful job so far. I'm sure if the villain is still loose, you'll catch them. Constantinius, with respect, I'm not sure we can let everyone leave until we're sure we have this case solved. That's not a problem. You can easily keep everyone in the theater. The only place they'd be able to run to from there is straight off a cliff. It's settled then. We'll proceed with the play. While we do that, if the killer is still at large, the ever-capable Zeah Locked here will ensure that they're dealt with. Fine, let's get going then. Oh no, you can't come with us. I don't want your investigation disrupting things. You'll need to stay out of sight. Why don't you take the back way? It's not been used in a while, so it's a little bit precarious these days, but I'm sure you'll manage. The pathway leads around the cliffs to the south. We'll see you at the theater. Okay. The others depart from the theater. Maybe it's a group. Maybe this is a group thing. Like, maybe they all planned it together or something. Because the fact that he's so willing to go through with the play does seem a little suspicious in itself. He kind of just wants to, like, move on from it. And I don't know. He might be trying to, like, get rid of the expensive actor and get to the cheaper understudy all at once while giving the understudy the role that they want. I don't know. Navigate loose rocks. Cool. You can at least maintain your pathways, my man. It's not that hard. Stratius. Ah, there you are, Zeah Locked. So what's the plan here? Well, we don't really have one. Wow, what a shock. But the play is about to start, and we might have a killer on the loose. Perhaps there's some evidence we missed somewhere. Seemed like you've been quite thorough. The only place you didn't check was here at the theater. Well, I guess it's time to fix that. The stairs over there lead down to the backstage area. That's where the actors, including Livius, were getting ready for the play. That seems like the best place to check for any missing clues. Alright, so if this isn't a secret passage, although there still could be one behind that bookshelf, I'm pretty confident that's the case. Hello there. Are you the one trying to find Livius' killer? That's right. So I'm guessing down here is your domain. If you think I actually have any control around here, you'd be sorely mistaken. I don't think anyone could keep these actors in line. They're a dramatic bunch. Speaking of which, where are they? The play will be starting as we speak. They'll all be up in the theater. Right, well in that case, I better get to it. I like to have a look around down here. Hopefully I can find some sort of clue as to how Livius died. I'd also like to ask you a few questions if that's okay. What can you tell me about the actors? 4 of them in total. Well, was 4 I should say. Neatly, she was Livius' understudy. After what happened now, she'll be taking the lead role. Then you have Clodius. He's getting close to retirement now, so prefers to take on small but impactful roles. Finally, there's Quintilla. She's quite new, so she mostly takes on the non-speaking parts. And all of them were in here earlier? That's right, Livius went out for his pre-performance drink, as he likes to do. The others all stayed here until after the murder happened. And you're sure none of them could have slipped out at any point? I don't think so. I suppose I do get quite engrossed in my work sometimes, so it's not impossible, but I'm sure I'd have spotted someone going up the stairs. Well, what if they didn't have to go up the stairs? What if they used the bookshelf that has a search option? You search the crate and find it to be full of poison. Uh-huh. Yep, and there's the bookshelf. Wow, a secret passage. I'm so smart. What do you have to say about that? Oh, nothing? Okay, well, search the costume rack first. One of the costumes has a wine stain on it. The label reads, Neatly. Okay. So Neatly's looking awfully suspicious. Yes. What's that poison for? Ah, well, that was a gift from Constantinius. We're having a bit of a rat problem, so he gave us the poison to deal with them. That costume has a stain on it. A stain? Yes, a wine stain. Apparently, the costume belongs to Neatly. Is there any reason the costume would be stained? No, none of her characters have any interaction with wine. Do you have any wine backstage? Well, the actors do often like to have a drink before the play, but I always ask that they do so outside so as not to risk damage to the costumes. Did you know there was a hidden passage? Passage? I had no idea, but I suppose it's not too surprising. This is an old villa. Apparently it once played a role in some smuggling operation a long time ago. I could see them having a few secrets to help them with that. All the signs do appear to point to the understudy, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. The play is well underway, and for all we know, there's still a killer out there. I hope you have something for us. I think I might. Turns out there's a secret passage from backstage into the wine cellar. Someone could have gone in and out without anyone else knowing. Not only that, but the backstage area has had a rat problem recently. They have plenty of poison for dealing with them. That same poison could have easily been used to kill Livius. But did you find anything that tells who actually did it? Neatly. The understudy that's on stage right now? Why? Well, it's pretty obvious. I don't know. As a fellow actor, she had access to the secret passage into the wine cellar where Livius was having his pre-performance drink. Enough of that rat poison would easily kill a man. She poisoned his drink so that she could be back out of the cellar before he died. I suppose that makes sense, but she was the only one who had wine on her clothes. Wine isn't allowed backstage, so it must have come from the cellar. Oh, very good, but what about the motive? Constantinius mentioned earlier that she'd been in Livius' shadow for some time. Killing him finally allowed her to take on a leading role. Suppose that does make sense, but are you certain? I'd say 80, maybe 90%. No, I'm pretty dang sure. Well, I suppose that will have to be enough. You've not taken us down too many wrong paths today. Too many. Fake butler act. Yeah. Get over that. True, but you were honest about that pretty quickly. We'll wait until the play is over and then we'll take her in. Wait, but should we not be acting now? Constantinius would kill us if we stopped the performance, and then we'd have another murder mystery on our hands. Well, then we'll just have to speed things up a bit. I'm going out there. I'm interrupting the play. Excuse me. At last, the vile villain shows themselves. Villain? The only villain here is you, murderer. I'm no murderer. What vexatious allegations you come at me with. Okay. Do we have to get all Shakespearean here? Like, it's a bit much. I'm not sure about this new character. Are they even in costume? Do not pretend you don't know. Your lies are at an end. I don't think this was in the original script. I've overcome so much. I won't fall at this last hurdle. Lay down your arms. Your heroic deeds are fabrications. Never. Now swing at me. All right. Ah, you're stronger than I thought. I need to regroup. All right. Okay. Attack. Face me. Ha, you stepped into my trap. You've activated my trap card. Ah, villain. Something. Where you fall. How could you be this powerful? It's all part of my grand plan. I go stronger with every passing moment. My guy is like, I can't keep up with this. My guy is like leaning into this really hard, and I love this. Then flee again, ignoble hero. Oh, she did, yeah. I must make my last stand. Could you fight it in your heart to stay your hand and let you live to foil my plans another day? I'm afraid that's not the game we play. And so I take my leave from this mortal coil. Bravo! Well, that was a twist, wasn't it? Nyatli, I know you killed Livius. Why? I've been stuck in the shadow of that man for too long. He wouldn't even let me fill another role. Murder is a bit far, though. Could you not have just lightly poisoned him? You don't understand. I never poisoned him. I just tripped him. All I wanted was to put him out of action. A small injury would have been enough for him to not perform this evening. Well, what happened? He had so much to drink, he fell and hit harder than I expected. He wouldn't get up. I fled. I never wanted him to... Oh, Nyatli, come on. Let's get you to the guards. Interesting indeed. Stratius, Hutza, it's been a surprising pleasure working with you to solve this case. I can't believe it was all an accident. You've done well. I'd like to apologize for our hasty arrest earlier. Your commitment to helping us has been commendable. To be fair to us, you did seem like the perfect suspect. You're not wrong. I suppose I did, but no harm done. I'm just glad we got it all sorted out. Though I don't think Patsy is going to be paying me anytime soon. You win some, you lose some, I guess. All the best. They really didn't pay me. That's funny. All right, well, we got some good, oh, actually, 5K crafting XP. That's my first crafting XP on this account. So that's going to be a hefty bunch of levels. And this costume needle apparently is pretty nice. I guess it makes it so you don't need thread when you're crafting certain pieces of like leather and whatnot. So it's kind of useful. But yeah, 5K crafting XP. That's a chunk. And 43 agility. Not going to complain about that. 20 crafting levels off one quest. I was sitting here thinking like, all right, I need to actually get to doing crafting at some point, but I genuinely did not expect that to give me 20 levels worth of XP. That's pretty nice, if I do say so. And I'm almost at 21. All right, well, sweet. Another quest knocked off the list. The Varlamar quests have all been very, very good so far. I am thoroughly enjoying this quest line, and I actually can't wait to see where it goes, especially now that Final Dawn is out and all that. Like, it's 10 out of 10. I love this continent. They knocked it out of the park with this.